In this video, we're going to try the best St. Valentine's Day nail art hacks, including the viral one with the magnet and paperclip. Hello guys, this is Anastasia and welcome to the Nail Lab Show, the place where we do beauty research and experiments, because when it comes to nail hacks, you never know if it's actually working until you try. Since St. Valentine's Day is just around the corner, it is time to do some nail art related to this topic. And if you're watching it at some other time of the year, you can also use these nail hacks for regular nail art. I'm going to try each hack and then I'm going to rate it from 1 to 10. And this is how we will figure out the top 3 nail art hacks. This is the typical object that we add to each design. But when it comes to hand painting hearts, as for me, it's always a struggle because they never come out symmetrical. Both halves, they're like from different worlds. So we're going to try this old hack that is going to help you to create symmetrical hearts pretty easily. And we're going to use a dotting tool. Dotting tools come in different sizes. So if you take a big one, you will be able to create a bigger heart for medium size medium and the tiny ones for super small ones. We're going to need your favorite color of gel polish, but this hack also works for regular nail polish and even acrylic paints. So all we need to do is to take some product on top of the dotting tool and place the dot where you would like to have the heart, and then place the second one right next to it. If you will have a little distance between them, the hearts will become more wide, and if you put them closer, it will be a slightly different shape of the heart. Then you need to take a detailer brush and create a triangle and then fill this space in between. This hack is old, but it's truly working, and I always use it whenever I need to create hearts. And we could stop at this point because this is a pretty cool heart that looks gorgeous on top of the French nails. Or we can also make it matte and a little bit 3D. To do that, do not cure the gel polish and simply take a clear powder and pour some on top. And this is how it will become a little fluffy, matte and 3D. And after that, we need to cure it in LED for 30 seconds. After curing, remove the remaining powder, and this is how we have this pretty heart. What if you don't have a dotting tool? You still can use this hack. All you need to do is to find the object with a similar shape. Let's say a bobby pin. Usually at the tip they have this rounded part that can perfectly work just like dotting tool. I've seen this hack multiple times, but I never tried it. So let's see if it actually works. We need to do the exactly same thing. Just take some gel polish on the bobby pin, and yeah, something like circles is being created, and then we put the second one right next to it. So this nail hack is working too. So whenever you find something with a similar shape, you can also use it for this hack. And there is another version of the heart creating hack, which is a little bit more advanced. So just in case the dotting tool one and the bobby pin looks too easy for you and you want to try something a bit challenging, I can show you how you can create a symmetrical heart without these tools. All you need is just a detailer brush. Once you take a detailer brush and pick up some gel, you need to pick as much as you can, and you will notice that there is a perfect rounded drop on the tip of your brush. So the key of this nail hack is to do it fast, because if you will take some gel polish and then wait, then this drop is going to move further to the bristles, and we want it to be exactly at the tip of the brush. So once you take this drop, you need to place it immediately on the nail, and this is how you will get this perfect circle. But with this hack, you will get a little bit more product than you normally need. So after placing these 2 dots, make sure that you get rid of the excess product on your detailer brush, and then you continue creating the heart. Simply create the triangle, connect the dots, and this is how we get beautiful hand-painted hearts. We just tried a few hacks at once, and let's give them some rating. So the dotting tool or the bobby pin hack, let's just put them in one, I would definitely give it a high rating, 9 out of 10, because it's so easy to do and you can use it for any kind of designs whenever you need some hearts on it. And as for 3D and fluffy object hack, I would also give it a high rating, maybe like an 8, because you can use it for any kind of nail art. Whenever you apply something with gel polish before curing it, if you pour some clear acrylic powder, it's not going to change the color, it will just make it matte and a little fluffy. For the next hack, you will need a file folder or a piece of clear film, and there are different kinds of them. I recommend you to find the one that's not textured and is like perfectly transparent, because sometimes they're a little matte and those can work, but in my opinion, these ones just work the best. Since we already know how to create a perfectly symmetrical heart, we're going to do them on top of this folder. You need to pick your favorite colors and a dotting tool, and let's create some hearts. But keep in mind that then we're going to transfer them into nails, so don't make them too big. And I decided to do dots first and then to connect them. And then I realized that the product is actually moving. So whenever you place the dots on this film, it's not the same as you're placing them on the nail, because they're getting bigger. So keep in mind and maybe make them slightly smaller than you want them, because they're going to grow. And then we take a detailer brush and connect them. So technically we're using the same hack, but now we're pre-creating these hearts on top of the film folder. And I would like to create a different sizes, because when you place the exact same size on the nail, it looks a little boring, but when we have large and small ones, it's way more fun. But with this hack, you still need to be aware that you need to try to make them in the same style, because some hearts are very wide and other ones are more skinny. So I really try my best to keep them with the same style. Once you're done, you need to cure them for 30 or 60 seconds in LED, depending on the product you're using. After curing the hearts, we need to separate them from the film, and this is how we basically created a handmade nail accessory. And then we can transfer them onto the nail. I'm adding these hearts on top of uncured gel, and it looks better when you add a big one, then a smaller one, and just try to make this chaotic hearts party on top of the nail. But keep in mind, if you create a rather large heart, they're still going to remain flat. So you need to use a thick product underneath. Or there is a different way to fix that, and I would like to show it to you too. So instead of creating hearts on top of the film that's just laying on top of your table, you can use any rounded object such as a tip or like a gel polish bottle, and put the film on top of it and add the product and cure it like this. And in this case, you will not get a flat heart, you will get the one that is a little bit curved, and then you will not need to worry about these gaps that you will have between the hearts and the product. Let's look at the final result. It looks pretty, and I would say this nail hack was pretty easy. I don't see any reasons why it shouldn't work. If you already know how to do the hearts, you can easily do this on film. But also it's too much work. Like, you need to do them, then you need to transfer them. On the other hand, if you don't have any St. Valentine's Day accessories, there are many of them online. But if you want to create your own, like with a certain size or color or shape, then this nail art hack is great. But also you can hand paint them on top of the nail and add some acrylic powder to add volume. So I would give this nail hack a 5 out of 10. For the next nail hack, we're going to use this folder again, and this time we're going to apply our favorite colors of gel polishes, but you can apply much more. You need to create like a flat line with this gel polish, and also keep in mind that on top of this film they're getting smaller, so you have a limited time. For this hack, it's better to choose the colors that have a great coverage, ideally with a very thin layer, so you will not need to add much. And also we will need some additional tool It's like a heart-shaped perforator. It kind of works like a stapler, but it creates these heart-shaped holes in the paper, but we're going to try using this with a gel polish. So basically, we're also creating a handmade heart shapes. After applying some gel polish on top of the film, you need to fully cure it in LED, and it's better if you do it for 60 seconds. And keep in mind that you will have a sticky layer on top, so we need to remove it first. So I created 3 different colors of this gel polish paper, and now let's try to do some heart-shaped holes in it. And looks like it's falling apart. Probably I overcured it, or I was wrong about applying it a little bit thicker. Ideally, it should be a little thinner and more flexible. So let's see if actually any hearts are coming out of it. No, it looks like they're falling apart. Well, yeah, it looks a little bit like a heart, but we need to do better. So let's try it again, and this time I'm going to apply a thinner coat, and I'm not going to overcure it this time, only for 30 seconds. So the tricky part here is to fully cure it, because we definitely do not want any uncured product, but we need to cure it well enough so it's not going to stick to this perforator and just stay there. Moment of truth. So it's also falling apart a little bit. It's not as convenient as you use it on the paper, so it definitely was designed for the paper, but it's still creating hearts, and this heart looks so much better. So I think with a little bit of practice, you just need to find the certain product and the certain layer that will perfectly work with it, and you can easily create these hearts. And it's super simple, it's also fast, and you can create multiple colors and just stamp them. So that's what I'm doing now, and I just want to see what the outcome will be. Some hearts are actually perfect, like symmetrical shape and nothing is wrong, but some of them are a little broken. So like I said, it's all about the thickness and the product application. This hack is just a replacement of hearts accessories, and unlike in the previous one, we create them the exact same size, so we cannot really play here with the size and shapes, unless you find some different kinds of perforators and you can do it. So I'm going to apply builder gel again and apply them on top of the nail. And here the biggest disadvantage with this nail hack is that you cannot make them curled. Like, you cannot create this curve. They're always going to come out flat, and they're rather big. So I would say these hearts will perfectly work for inlay design if you want to encapsulate them inside of acrylic or gel. But if you want to add them on top, then I would probably prefer the previous nail hack. At least there you can play a little bit with their sizes. This is the final look, and it's pretty, but it's complicated. You need this special tool for only one kind of hearts, and you can only use it for inlay design. So as easy as this nail hack is, I don't think it's very practical. So I would give it a 4. Next one is called kissing hack, and it was such a big trend last season, I mean during last St. Valentine's Day, but I never got to try it. And it looks very simple. All you need to do is to apply your favorite lipstick on your nails and kiss them, and this mark will have this beautiful look like they've just been kissed. Now, it seems a little weird to be kissing your client's nails, and also I think that it's probably not very hygienic. So what you can do is to transfer this kiss on your hand first and then transfer it on the nail. But if you're doing your own nails, I don't see any problem with doing that. So for this hack, you need to find a lipstick or lip tint that is very long lasting, and you need to apply it and do it right away. Because if it's staying very well on your lips, like mine now, it's not going to leave any marks. Right? So the only way to create this great mark is to do it right away. So let's try it. And you need to take any background of gel polish, and it needs to be buffed. The first kiss always should come into the tissue, and the second one right onto the nail. Because if you will kiss the nail right away, you will not see as much lip texture as you would like to see. It will be like a solid kiss, just like a big red blob on your nail. So I like it. It's pretty easy and looks cool. I would probably even do it in multiple colors, but it means I will need to apply multiple lipsticks and then take them off. So it's also a little bit time-consuming hack. I kind of like it matte, but if I apply a matte top coat, it is going to look exactly like this. And by the way, I think that it's better to use a matte lipstick as well. But let's see how it's going to look like with a glossy top coat. And also I would like to check if it's not going to smudge. And no, everything is perfect. You just need to let it dry for a couple minutes before sealing with a top coat. So we seal it, cure it, and this is the final look. This hack is easy, a little bit weird. So if you're going to use it on yourself, there's nothing weird or hard about it. If you use it on your clients, then you need to work on a certain transferring kissing technique. So let's give it a 6 out of 10. Finally, let's try magnet and paperclip hack. It's super trending now. I can see it all over my Instagram and my TikTok, and finally I get to try it. We will need a regular paperclip, and there are different kinds of them. If the ones you're using are pretty soft, then you can try doing it with your own hands. But ideally, you need to have this special jewelry tweezers. It's much easier doing this with them, but I don't have one, so I just use the hardware tweezers, the ones I could find. So you need to fold it in half first, and then you need to create these 2 lines at the tip and twist them a little bit. So it doesn't really matter how you twist it, it's all about the size of these 2 lines on top. So it's pretty hard to make them on the same level. There's always going to be the one that goes on top. And in this case, you will need to cut it. And please, guys, do not use your favorite nippers or scissors for that, because they're going to be ruined forever after this. Use just some special cutters or scissors that are not related to your nail art hobby. After you twist them, make sure that these 2 lines on the tip are not straight. They're going with their tips closer to the edge, if you know what I mean. I think it's just easier to show it, because we're supposed to have more magnet force at the tip of these lines, and this is how you will get this beautiful crisp heart shape. For this nail hack, you will also need a magnetic gel polish and a special magnet. There are different kinds of magnets on the market, and some of them are very weak and they're not just going to work as you wish. So it's better to take a strong one, and for me this one is cylinder shaped. So after applying a cat eye gel polish or a magnetic gel polish, you need to magnetize it from one side and from the other to make sure that all these magnetic particles, they're in the center of the nail. And after that, we're going to do the magic. All you need to do is to connect your structure onto the magnet and bring it as close to the nail as possible, but be careful, do not touch it. And magnetic forces will do all the work for you. Looks like magic, and this heart looks so gorgeous. Honestly, I'm not a fan of magnetic gel polishes, because most nail art designs with them, they look to me a little bit outdated, right? Because it was a big trend a few years ago. I mean, magnetic gel polishes overall. So I was a bit skeptical about this trend, but I really like what it looks like with this heart shape. If you look at a certain angle, you can only see heart, but then it's like growing. So once you have this look that you like, quickly cure it in LED for 60 seconds, and that's it. Then you need to seal it with a top coat. It seems like if you want to create all kinds of colorful nail art with this hack, you need to have a whole bunch of cat eye gel polishes, but that's not true. If you happen to have some jelly colors, then you only need to have a gray or silver cat eye gel polish. You create design with this one and use it as the background, and then you can apply any color of gel polish that you have. I tried it with yellow one and with red one, and it works perfectly. But some jelly colors are very dark, so maybe you will not be able to see it very well, but if you have a really transparent ones, or you can mix it with a base coat to make it lighter and more transparent, then you get unlimited amount of colors. I had so much fun doing this nail hack, and these hearts, they look just gorgeous. And I'm not going to lie, it didn't work from the first attempt, because at first I was putting the magnet too far, so probably it was not as strong and it was not creating the heart shape that I wanted. And also, if you see that the heart is a weird shape, then maybe you need to change something in this paper clip, like try moving these lines on the tip of the paper clip in different directions and see how it works. Even though this nail hack is probably seasonal, I don't think it's going to trend next year or the year after that. For now, it's cool, and I would give it 8 out of 10 rating. That was fun. Let me guys know what do you think and which nail hack did you like the most, and let's check who are the leaders. So the most points, 9 points, goes to the dotting tool hack. Yes, this one's an oldie, but it works every time, and I'm definitely going to use it a lot. And then we have 2 nail hacks on the second place. One is fluffy or a 3D heart, when you need to use acrylic powder to add some volume. And also we have this magnetic and paper clip hack, and they both got 8 points. So let's say I would take the magnet one to the third place, because like I said, I think it's a little bit seasonal hack, but the fluffy heart one is definitely going to stay for years. So we have our leaders. Let me know which one did you like the most and if you're going to try it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think about this new format nail lab show, and consider subscribing because I post new nail art tutorials every week. And I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.